Hello and welcome to this free intermediate tutorial with easy workarounds for the piano version of Only a Matter of Time by Joshua Bassett. You can access the sheet music for this arrangement at pianoversion.org, and once you've learnt the song, you can use the play along video linked above or at the end of this tutorial to practice in real time. The play along version is intermediate difficulty, but in this tutorial I'll give you some easy workarounds and different options to suit an easier skill level. Please hit subscribe to catch all the latest piano versions as they come out, and you can request piano versions of songs that you would like to hear or learn in the comments below. Only a Matter of Time is in the key of C major. That means it's got no sharps and no flats, and it follows a very similar chord sequence throughout all three sections of the song. This arrangement of the song is pretty much exactly as it is on the recording, apart from a couple of places where I've decided to add a bit of guitar. Starting with the intro, I've put the guitar melody on the piano, so the intro is probably one of the hardest bits of it. So the workaround for that, the easy workaround from that, is not to play the melody. So we'll get to that as we go through. So chords-wise, we're starting with an A minor 7. So we're going to play A below C with our left hand. Use your thumb. And the voicing of our A minor 7 chord in the right hand is middle C with our thumb, E above middle C with our index, G above middle C with our fourth finger, and A above middle C with our little finger. That's A minor 7. Now the song is in 6/8, which means it goes 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and so it's got a waltzy feel. So just practice that a little bit. Left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, right. So the beginning of the song, the left hand is generally going to play on the beat. So 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and that's going to continue in that pattern throughout the song. Now the right hand for the intro, if you're playing the intermediate version, which is what's on the play along, you're going to play the single A with your little finger first, that's the melody, and then you're going to fill out the chords underneath. So you're going to go 1 and Now on the second beat, you're going to add that A to the chord, 2 and We're going to be holding our pedal down throughout this song, or every time we're holding a chord, and then we'll restrike when we go to a new chord. So here we'll go pedal, keep it down. Even though there's a rest within there in the right hand, the pedal means that we're actually holding it through. So first bar 1 and 2 and second bar we're still on A minor 7, and we're going to do the same 1 and so the A is part of the right hand chord. Then we go to the melody and we're going to go A, B, C. That's on 2 and We're going to go to a D6. Now if you're doing the easy version, you're not going to play that, and you're just going to play that voicing of the chord 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so you're not going to put the movement in. Now if you're putting the movement in, we're going A, B, C. On beat 1 of the next bar, we're going to play an F sharp with our index finger, and we're going to go down to a D with our left hand. We've got an A there, we're going down to a D. I'll play that with my fourth finger, you can play it with your fifth finger or your third finger, it doesn't really matter. Now we're playing a D6 chord, which means it's a D major triad with a B above it, D6. So we're going to play the F sharp, and then we're going to play on the ander, D above middle C with our thumb, fourth finger on A, little finger on B. So we go F sharp, chord, chord, 1 and on 2 and the F sharp becomes part of the chord, 2 and then again 1 and then on the last beat we can go F sharp, G, A, 2 and so it goes F sharp, chord, 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 F sharp, G, A. You notice the left hand is still going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and if you're not going to play the melody, if you're playing the easy version, then you're just going 1 chord, 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 chord. Carrying on that melody, we're on F sharp, G, A. We're going to go B with our little finger on beat 1, and our right hand and our left hand is going to go to G. I'll play that with my thumb. Now let your right hand rest with the thumb on the D as it was, and now let's have our third finger on the G. I'm going to go 1 and then on the 2 we play our left hand, 2 and, that's the full G major chord, D, G and B, and on the and we're just going to move our little finger to a C, so it goes to a G sus, 2 and and on the we're going to play an F sharp, 2 and so F sharp in the left hand. So it's 1 and 2 and If you're playing without the melody, your little finger is going to become part of the chord. 1 and 2 and You're going to do that movement at the end. Now, if you're playing the melody and the next chord is a G7 over F. We've gone up to the C. We're going to keep the C while our left hand goes to F. We're going to go C. We're going to play that with our fourth finger, so we're going to jump up. Fourth finger. The rest of our right hand is going to relax. Thumb on F, middle finger on B, little finger on D, and it's going to come down on under. 1 and 2 and On the 2 and we're going to go keep the thumb on the F and the and fourth finger C, third finger B, 2 and So the right hand goes C, D, D, C, D with the chords underneath. 1 and 2 and So those two bars go F and And if we're playing that without the melody, we're going G, then F in the left hand, and just hold that G7, but still do the C and B as I teach in the intermediate version. So rest, chord, chord, rest, chord, chord. Intermediate version, we're now going to play the melody with the top of our right hand. So we're going to play little finger on C, and thumb and index finger are going to come down on the E and the G afterwards. So it's C, chord, chord, then E over that. Keep the thumb and the index finger on the E and the G. So it goes C, E. Then we're going to go D, and we're going to play a G chord underneath. So our thumb's going to move to G, index finger on B, 1 and 2 and we're going to hold our sustain pedal per bar. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and Well, the left hand is going to hit an octave. Our little finger is going to play a sustained low C, while our thumb is going to play on the beat. 1 and 2 and then move to the B. 1 and 2 and So we're going to hold that little finger down on the C, even when we replace our sustain pedal when we move to the G over B chord. So we're going to go 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and If we're not playing the intermediate version, we're going for the easier version. Our left hand's going to do the same. If we can't do the octaves, we're just going to do the higher note, and we're just going to play the chord of C major, E, G and C, followed by a G, G, B and D, with the B in the left hand. So it goes 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and Let's play through the intro. I'll play the intermediate version, but know that if you're playing the easy version, you're not going to play the single note melody that's going on. 1 and 2 and A minor 7. 1 and The easy version is 1 and 2 and just the chords. No melody. D6. And then straight G with the movement. So that's the easy version of the intro. That takes us to the verse. The intermediate version, you'll be pleased to know, no longer has any extra stuff. We just go straight to the piano part of the track now. This is on Look Me in the Eye. Same chord sequence though. So A minor 7, we're going to be, left hand is going to be playing the A below middle C, and our left hand is going to follow very similar to what we play. Our left hand is going to be exactly the same as what we've just played in the intro. So we don't need to go through that again. Voicings in the right hand are very similar to what we played in the intro, so we're going to start off with our thumb on middle C, index finger on E, fourth finger on G, and little finger on A. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and then we go to the D6. 1, it's the same voicing. D, D, F sharp, A, B, 1 and a 2, 1 and a 2 and then the G major, 1 and a 2 and a. So we've got that G and then the G sus on the last and when we move to the F sharp, 1 and a 2 and a. Now we're going to go to the F in our left hand, and we're going to play a G7 in our right hand, which was going to be voiced as a F above middle C with our thumb, B above middle C with our middle finger, and D above that with our little finger, 1 and a 2 and a. On the and we're going C and B with our fourth finger and third finger while our thumb stays on the F. So 1 and a, 2 and a. Then we go to our straight C major. So we're going octaves in the left hand, E, G and C with the right hand, 1 and a, 2 and a. Hold the little finger down, 1 and a. So B then with our thumb, and then G, B, D. It's a G over B, 1 and a, 2 and a. That's our verse pattern. At the beginning of the song, the first verse, we've actually got twice round the verse. The second time round is exactly the same until we get to the end of it, the very last bar. So the penultimate bar has that C major chord, and then we're not going to play a G over B. We're going to play a C major 7 over B. So our voicing is going to stay the same in our right hand. We're just going to add that B with our fourth finger, and we're going to play it on beat 1 and beat 2. We're going to go 1 and a, 2 and a. This is on, but it's only a matter of. And the left hand is going to play B on beat 1, 1 and then we're going to go right, left, right. 1 and a, 2 and a. This is the last bar of the second verse. So twice around the verse pattern, and then with just the last bar changing. So those last two bars go 1 and a, 2 and a, 1 and a, 2 and a, on only a matter of time. Let's try from the beginning of the verse. Look me in the eye, A minor 7, 1 and a 2 and a. Look me in the eye, tell me you're not lying to D6, your disguise. You can't keep on hiding from me, time to make it right. So why are you still saying I'm wrong? Well, it's only a matter, repeat, time to set it straight. Time to tell the world that you've been lying to my name. Doing what you want and then you're gonna get away. Well, I'll leave it up to fate for now. Change chord, but it's only a matter of. So we're up to the chorus. Now there's a lot of similarities with the chorus and the verse. Start with, the chords are the same. Secondly, the voicings are very, very similar. There's only a couple of changes. So we're going to start exactly the same, A minor 7 for 2 bars. Then we go to the D6 for 2 bars, exactly the same. Then we do the G major for 1 bar. This is where it gets slightly different. So our voicing in the right hand is the same, but we're not going to do that little movement at the end. This is on kind. We're going to play octaves in our left hand, so our little finger is going to hold a G, and our thumb is going to play rhythmically 1 and a, 2 and a. If octaves are too much, then we're just going to play the top note 1 and a, 2 and a. Then on Twisted Your Words, we're going to play a G sus, so that means we're going to play F, G and C. F, G and C, so let's play C with our fourth finger, while our left hand is going to play octave Fs, 1 and a, and then our thumb in our left hand restrikes 2, and we're going to go to a straight G7, so F, G, B and D, 2 and a. The little finger on our left hand is holding through. So from the G, kind, you're twisting your world like a knife. And then we're going to go to the C chord. This is what we recognize in the left hand, and we're going one voicing higher in the right hand, which means our thumb is on G above middle C, then our middle finger is on C above middle C, and our little finger is on the E above that. Our left hand's playing octaves, thumb on middle C, little finger an octave below that. If we're just playing single notes, then we're going to play the middle C. We go 1 and a, 2 and a. Then our thumb goes to the B, keep that left hand holding down even though we're lifting our foot off the pedal, and our right hand's going to go to a G major, G, B and D, 1 and a, 2 and a. So that's C major, 2 and 1 and 2 and that's on Well I'm Sure That You're Hurting In. Then we're going to repeat the chord sequence. A minor 7, usual. Twice round, why would you make your pain? Then D6, one slight difference. This second time round, we're going to play a higher voicing. So our thumb is now going to be on F sharp, index finger A, middle finger B, little finger D. Same rhythm, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and Now this G bar on Crimes, we're going to play the same as what we play in the verse. 1 and 2 and with that F sharp movement and the C. Then the F comes in and we're going to play the straight G7 chord. So F, B and D, 1 and 2 and We're not going to do the descending line that we play in the verse. We're just going to keep on the chords. 1 and 2 and Now on the C, this is Darling I'll Be Fine. Same as what we play the first half of the chorus. 1 and 2 and then Only a Matter of. We're going to play B's in the left hand as we normally do. Little finger holding, thumb is going to re-strike. Our right hand is just going to play dotted crotchets. So on the beat, we're going to play a G add 4. So our thumb is going to play the G, index finger B, third finger C, fourth finger D. 1 and 2 and but it's only a matter of. That's the end of the chorus. I hope that makes sense. So we're going to pick up from 4 now and play through the chorus. So 1 and 2, 4 now, C, and then the C major 7, 2 and time, an eye for an eye, I'll go blind. And when did you stop being kind? You've twisted your words like a knife. I'm sure that you're hurting inside. Why would you make your pain mine? You're making me pay for your crimes. Then the verse, darling, I'll be fine. But it's only a matter of. We are through to the second verse. This second verse is slightly different. A lot of similar voicings as the first verse. We're not going to play that waltzy feel. We're now going to play on the beat for a little bit. So our left hand is going to play octaves for 1 bar. 1 and 2 and then again. And this is on It Ain't Over Yet, You Can Tear Me Down. Our right hand is going to play a similar voicing that we're used to, C, E, G and A, but we're going to play it on the beat. So we're going to go 1 and 2 and then just the left hand, 1 and on the second bar we're going to go 2 and so that's right hand, left hand, thumb, right hand, 2 and that's before the chord change. So A minor 7 goes 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and if we can't play the octaves, we just play the high one. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and then we go to the D6, octaves in the left hand, D and low D. Right hand plays the usual voicing, but on the beat. 1 and 2 and left hand again. 1 and same rhythm. 2 and so right thumb right. Then we're up to Drowning in Regret. We're going to play G, octaves in the G. Through all of this, if I don't mention what to play, if you're doing the easy version with the octaves, then just play the high one. So octaves, G's in the left hand, D, G and B, here's middle C, so it's all above that. So it's 1 and 2 and On the we're going to play F sharp and we're going to play a single C in the right hand. 1 and 2 and I'd play that with our thumb in the left hand because we're going to octaves on the F. And we're playing the G7 inversion that we're used to. So F, B and D, 1 and 2 and we're not going to play the and on the right hand this time. This time we're just playing on the beat. 1 and 2 and we're going to use that thumb on the 2 and it's on the G7 over F. 1 and 2 and then we're on the C major chord, G, C and E, so a high voicing with the right hand, octave C's in the left, 1 and 2 and this is, we're up to Only a Matter of Time again, 1 and 2 and that's just the thumb on the B. Then the G major chord, and an octave B's in the left hand. 1 and 2 and Let's play through that second verse. This is from It Ain't Over Yet. 1 and 2 and it ain't over yet. You can't tear me down and act like I will just forget. When karma comes around and you'll be drowning in regret. But it's all about revenge tonight. No, it's only a matter of... And we're into a chorus. This time we're doing a half chorus, and the song's building, so there's going to be a couple of differences here, but a lot of it is what we're used to. So the right hand goes back to the and in our usual voicing, to the A minor 7. But the left hand is going to play octaves, so we're going to hold our little finger down while our thumb does the rhythmic work. 1 and 2 and restrike the little finger every bar. 1 and 2 and So on the and we're going to go B, C, because we're going up to the D. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and Get ready to flip your hand down. So my thumb is there on the D, and we're going to go 1 and 2 and 1 and jump up, because we're going to go D, E, F sharp. 1 and 2 and 1 and D, E, F sharp up to the G. 1 and so octave, thumb is moving. 1 and 2 and to the F. 1 and 2 and then this is usual for us. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and Meanwhile, the right hand, A minor 7 is what we're used to, and the D6 is what we're used to for the chorus. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and now the G chord, we're going to play the movement 1 and 2 and like we do in the verse. Then we're going to play the G7, 1 and that's the usual voicing. We're going to play the descending line this time. 1, 2 and so C, B. Then the C as usual, 1 and 2 and then the G. So let's play through this chorus. So we've got to the end of the second verse. Start from No It's Only. So it's 1 and 2. And no, it's only a matter of time. An eye for an eye, you'll go blind. And when did you stop being kind? You've twisted your words like a knife. Oh. And we're into the middle 8. This is where our chord sequence changes for the first time. This is on Pick Myself Up Off the Floor, You Can't Have Me No More. We're going to start with a C major 7. So we're going to play octaves with our left hand. Our little finger's going to hold while our thumb's going to do the rhythmical work. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and So C, D, E, because we're going to an F. So 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and same pattern. Little finger holds, thumb plays rhythmically. 1 and 2 and then up to the G. 1 and 2 and then repeat. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Repeat again. 1 and 2 and 1 and now we're going to play octaves with this movement. 2 and then jump down to the F. 1 and 2 and hold on the G. If we're just playing single notes, no octaves, I would play the lower one here. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1, just so we get the body in there. So the right hand, like I said, C major 7 we're starting with. So thumb on E above middle C, index finger on G, fourth finger on B, little finger on C. 1 and 2 and 1 and Now we're going to play octaves 2 and same notes as we're playing in the left hand. C, D, E. If we can't play octaves in the right hand, we're going to play the higher one. C, D, E. Then we're going to play an F2. That's an F major chord with a G added to it. So A, thumb, C, so we're above middle C, C index finger, F fourth finger, and G above that with a little finger. 1 and 2 and Now we're going to play an F minor in the right hand with a G in the bass. F minor over G. Thumb plays A flat, index finger C, little finger F, 1 and a, 2 and a. Then we go back to a C major 7, 1, higher voicing, 1 and a, 2 and a, so that's G, B, C, E. Then jump down, 1 and a, then the same octaves, 2 and a, same F, 1 and a, 2, and then the same here. And now same again with the C major 7, high voicing, 1 and a, 2 and a, 1 and a. Now we're going to play a funky little twiddle as we go up in octaves with the left hand. So with our fourth finger on E, we're going to trill with the E and the F, 1 and a, and then D, 2 and a, 3 and a. And that's with each note. 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a. So it's a triplet feel within the triplets. Da 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 da. 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a. And that's at the end of the second bar of that phrase. This is on Do You Feel Better Now? 1 and a. We go down to the F, and we're going to play the F2, but without the F, with our fourth finger, and we're going to spread the beginning. 1 knee and a, 1 knee and a. So thumb and then the C and the F, and then all together. 1 knee and a, 2 and a. And then when we get to the F minor, we're just going to hit it. And we're going to fade through that previous bar. 1 knee and a, fade and a, hold, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Let's play through the middle 8. 1 and a, 2 and a. Pick myself, C major 7, now octaves. Any more of this endless charade? I'm not playing your game. You can say what you like, doesn't mean. Are you glad you got out? Do you feel better now? High voicing. Do you feel? And we're into the final chorus, and now this is where everything brings down. We're going to play much higher in both hands. So we're going to go back to the chords that we know. We're going to play A below middle C with the left hand. We're going to go very quiet, and the right hand is going to play an A minor 9. So we're adding a B at the top of this. This is the B that we can hear in the vocal. Time. And we're going to spread or roll from the C above middle C, E above that, G, and then B above that. So a 4-note spread. If 4 notes are too much of a stretch for us, then just play the E, G, and B. Time, an eye for an eye. On the second bar, we're going to go B, A, F sharp with a flick from the E, 2 and a. We're going to go to the D major chord, and we're going to do a flick again from an E to an F sharp, but we're going to add the chord to it. We're going to play D above middle C with the left hand, and we're going to add the A and the D in our right hand. So it goes 2 and a 1. So chordally we're going A minor 9, 2, 1 and a 2 and a 1. If that flick is too difficult for you, then you can obviously take it out. You can go with 2 and a 1. But it's nice if we can get it in. 2 and a 1. And we hold that D major for 2 bars. That's on When Did You Stop Being Kind? On kind. We're now G above middle C with our left hand, and we're playing a G major above that. So D, G, and B with our right hand. 1 and a. Then we go to the F sharp on the beat, and we're going to play A and C, which is giving us basically a D7 over F sharp, but we're not playing the D. So 1 and a, 2 and a. We go to the F in the left hand, and we're going to play B and D with the right hand, which makes it a G7 over F, which we normally play. 1, this is untwisted, 1 and a. And on the 2 and a, we're going to play octave E's in the right hand. So we're right up at the top there, 2 and a. So we got G, D7, G7, single E's. The left hand is still holding that F. And then we're going to play single note C's. We're going to play the 2 octaves above middle C, first octave with our left, second octave with our right, but we're going to flick down to it using the D above there with both hands. So it goes G7, then we play the octave, single notes, and then we're going to play B with the left hand, and we're going to roll a G major chord, G, B and D. Here's middle C, so we're an octave above that and then an octave above that. And this is Well, I'm Sure That You're Hurting In. On inside, we're going to go back to our usual pattern, 1-ander, 2-ander. We're now basically in the treble clef with our left hand. We're going to play A above middle C, and we'll start going rhythmic. 1 and A. Now we're playing an A minor 9 again, same voicing, C, E, G and B. 1 and A, 2 and A. Why would you make your pain? On the D, we're going to go down in the left hand to D above middle C. And the right hand is going to stay with our little finger on B, and we're going to make the D major chord underneath it. D, F sharp, A. 1 and A, 2 and. You're making me pay for your... We're on the G major chord now, so G above middle C. And D, G and B in the right hand. Crime. We go to F, and we're going to go to the G7, F, B and D. This is all an octave higher. Darling, I'll be fine. Up to C above middle C in the left hand. And we're going G, C and E with the right hand. 1 and A, 2. But it's only B in the left hand and G major, all up high. Only a matter of, on of, we're going to hold it for an extra second. Only a matter of time. And that pause is going to give us a chance, so our pedals on, to get down to play octave A's below middle C in the left hand and C, E, G and B. So we're on an A minor 9 again. And we're going to roll up with our right hand and down with our left hand. Time. We're going to hold that until finish. So we'll go from the last chorus. We've just done the... I'm going to sing an octave lower. Time, an eye for an eye, you'll go blind. When did you stop being kind? You twisted your words like a knife. Well, I'm sure that you're hurting inside. Why would you make your pain mine? You're making me pay for your crime. Darling, I'll be fine, but it's only a matter of time. I hope that's helped you learn the song. Ask any questions in the comments. I'll be happy to help. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.